A surge of synchronized blades cuts through the water as the East German quadruple scull drives toward the finish line at the 1980 Olympic Games. In that moment, precision, endurance, and years of disciplined training converge under immense international attention. What defines the legacy of an athlete whose greatest achievements were forged not alone, but as part of a perfectly balanced crew? This documentary explores the life, career, and lasting contribution of Olympic rowing champion Uwe Heppner, revealing the journey behind the medal. Uwe Heppner emerged during an era when rowing held a central place in East Germany's international sporting identity. From an early age, he was introduced to rowing through structured youth sports programs that emphasized technical mastery, physical conditioning, and long-term development. Like many athletes of his generation, his entry into competitive rowing followed a clearly defined pathway, beginning at the club level before advancing into regional and national training systems. Progress was measured not only by race results, but by consistency, discipline, and the ability to perform as part of a crew. Rowing, particularly sculling events, demands an unusual combination of individual responsibility and collective harmony. Each athlete must produce identical rhythm, power, and timing, or the boat loses efficiency. Heppner's development reflected this reality. His technical proficiency and reliability made him well-suited for crew boats, especially the quadruple scull, one of the most technically demanding Olympic rowing events. Over time, his performances earned him selection for elite national squads, where competition for places was intense and selection standards were uncompromising. By the late 1970s, Uwe Heppner had established himself as a consistent presence within East Germany's top rowing ranks. His training environment was defined by high volumes of water sessions, strength training, and technical drills designed to refine stroke efficiency. Preparation for major regattas followed annual cycles that prioritized peak performance at World Championships and Olympic Games. Selection into international competition was based on race trials and documented performance metrics, ensuring that only the most competitive crews represented the nation. Heppner's first major international successes came at World Rowing Championships, where he competed in the quadruple scull. These events served as both testing grounds and benchmarks, allowing crews to measure themselves against the world's strongest rowing nations. In these championships, Heppner contributed to medal-winning performances that confirmed the effectiveness of his crew and secured their status among the global elite. World Championship medals carried significant weight, as they reflected sustained excellence beyond a single Olympic cycle. The pinnacle of Heppner's competitive career arrived at the 1980 Summer Olympic Games in Moscow. Entering the Games, expectations for the East German rowing team were substantial, built on years of international success and depth across multiple boat classes. The men's quadruple scull event featured experienced crews with refined coordination, leaving little margin for error. Races were decided by fractions of seconds, with technique and pacing often proving more decisive than raw strength alone. Throughout the Olympic regatta, Heppner's crew demonstrated consistency across heats, semifinals, and the final. Each race demanded controlled starts, sustainable mid-race speed, and decisive finishes. In the final, the crew executed their race plan with precision, maintaining rhythm and efficiency under pressure. When they crossed the finish line first, the result was a confirmed Olympic gold medal, an achievement recognized as the highest honor in the sport. Winning Olympic gold in rowing represents the culmination of years of preparation, selection, and performance. For Heppner, the medal symbolized not only individual success, but also his role within a crew that functioned as a single unit. The quadruple scull is often described as a test of collective discipline, and the 1980 Olympic victory reflected that principle in full measure. Following the Olympic Games, Uwe Heppner continued to compete at the international level. He remained part of crews contesting World Rowing Championships, contributing to further medal-winning performances. Sustaining elite performance after an Olympic peak requires adaptability and continued commitment as competition evolves and new athletes emerge. Heppner's continued presence at the highest level demonstrated durability and professionalism within a demanding sport. Throughout his career, Heppner was recognized as an athlete whose strength lay in reliability and technical consistency. Rowing success often depends on the ability to deliver identical performance across multiple races, sometimes within the same day. His contributions aligned with that requirement, supporting crews that were competitive across full championship regattas rather than isolated races. As his competitive years progressed into the 1980s, Heppner gradually transitioned out of elite international competition. Retirement from rowing typically follows cycles of Olympic preparation, and his departure reflected the natural conclusion of a sustained high-performance career. Unlike sports with professional leagues, rowing careers often end quietly, marked by final regattas rather than formal announcements. After retiring from international competition, Uwe Heppner remained connected to the sport through documented involvement in rowing-related activities. Former elite rowers frequently contribute as coaches, mentors, or administrators, passing technical knowledge to younger athletes. Such roles reflect the continuity of rowing traditions and the value placed on experience within the sport. Public records confirm his ongoing association with rowing beyond his racing years, though without publicized controversy or political involvement. Assessing Heppner's career requires understanding the collective nature of rowing achievements. Olympic and World Championship medals in crew boats represent shared success, but they also highlight the importance of each individual athlete's contribution. Heppner's career is defined by this balanced personal excellence expressed through teamwork. Within the broader history of East German rowing, his achievements occupy a documented and respected place. The men's quadruple scull gold medal at the 1980 Olympic Games remains a notable result in Olympic rowing history. World Championship medals further reinforce the consistency of his competitive record and his role in sustaining international success over multiple seasons. Rowing is a sport measured in meters, seconds, and stroke rates, but its deeper legacy is found in discipline, repetition, and resilience. Uwe Heppner's career reflects these qualities without reliance on dramatic narratives or individual spotlight. His success was built on preparation, coordination, and adherence to performance standards demanded at the highest level of international sport. In reviewing his career, it becomes clear that recognition in rowing often arrives quietly. Medals are awarded, records are logged, and athletes move on. Yet the significance of those achievements endures in the historical record of the sport. Heppner's Olympic gold and World Championship medals remain verifiable markers of excellence achieved through sustained effort. The legacy of Uwe Heppner is one of contribution rather than spectacle. His career demonstrates how elite sport depends on athletes who consistently deliver their role within a larger system. In rowing, where balance and timing define success, such athletes are indispensable. As time passes and generations of rowers follow, careers like Heppner's serve as benchmarks of what disciplined preparation can achieve. His achievements remind audiences that behind every medal is a long journey of training, selection, and performance that extends far beyond the moment captured on the podium. Uwe Heppner's contribution to rowing stands as a clear example of dedication translated into measurable success. His Olympic gold medal and World Championship performances reflect a career built on confirmed results, earned through years of competitive commitment. In the history of international rowing, his name remains associated with one of the sport's most demanding events and its highest honors. In reflecting on his career, the broader meaning becomes evident. Dedication in sport is rarely dramatic, but it is enduring. It is found in early mornings on the water, in repeated training cycles, and in the ability to perform when it matters most. Uwe Heppner's career illustrates these principles through documented achievement rather than narrative embellishment. His story deserves recognition not for controversy or spectacle, but for its clarity and substance. It is a reminder that excellence in sport is often quiet, precise, and collective. If you found value in exploring this journey behind the medal, consider liking the video, sharing it with others who appreciate sports history, and subscribing to the channel Behind the Medal for more documented stories of athletic dedication. This video contains generated images. They are used only for creative illustration and may not represent the athlete's exact appearance.